Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Okay, so there has been reports going all over my social media about a mass shooting that took place in California in a bar in Thousand Oaks. And I want to give you guys an update and bring you guys up to speed. Some of you guys who probably heard that there was a mass shooting but didn't really know the details of what was going on. So I'm going to share a report with you guys that was posted on CNN.com. And then I'm also going to share with you guys some of the accounts of some of the people who were there in the bar and how it was for them, describing the scene, and just kind of bring you guys up to speed on what's going on with this whole situation.
A deadly mass shooting. The deadliest mass shooting in this country in 12 days. The deadliest mass shooting in this country in 12 days.
When I heard deadliest in 12 days, I for sure thought that that was an error. I'm like, maybe he means, a longer span of time, maybe 12 months, maybe, but to my surprise, there was a mass shooting in a synagogue in Pittsburgh not even 12 days ago where 11 people were also killed in that mass shooting. I'm surprised that I didn't hear about it or know about it.
But this has happened a lot. If you think about it, Pittsburgh, the synagogue shooting was only 12 days ago. Last weekend, we had a shooting at a yoga studio that killed 2 people and several people were shot. And now again, this has happened in America.
But let me finish giving you guys details on this new occurring mass shooting, and I'll probably get back to the one in Pittsburgh a little later in the video.
12 people murdered, including a sheriff's deputy, when a gunman opened fire inside a Southern California bar that was filled with college students. They were line dancing. More than a dozen others were injured. The suspected gunman, as of now, we have learned, is dead.
So to clarify, it was college students. That means that there were people of all ages. This was an 18 and older event. And before I'm going to share with you guys a couple of the accounts of some of the people that were there. I'm going to start with the 2 gentlemen that witnessed the shooter first. Their accounts are very, very heartbreaking to hear. And I know that this is something that is going to haunt them for a very long time. One of the people who I'm going to share with you, he is an older man, around 56, he said he was, and he regrets not doing more because there was so many young people there. And he's like, I live my life. And, I feel like he feels like it should have been him and not one of the young people. But I'm going to let him share his side with you guys. And then I'm going to give you guys more updates on this story.
It was right next to the entrance. We were getting ready to leave. We had been some pool. And some smoke came in. I guess he had rolled some smoke in, and he fired the first shot, and I knew it was live. I knew it was real. And my son thought it was a joke. So I pulled him down and got some behind cover and looked up, and he was moving to the right. He shot the front doorman, bouncer, just a young man. And then he shot the cashier, just a young girl. And then he started moving to the right. He wasn't looking at us. And he went into the office where all the cash and stuff is. He didn't say anything at all. He just started shooting. And I should have stayed till he changed his clip. But I was worried about my boy. But I should have stayed. I apologize to anybody who got hurt or passed. I'm sorry.
It's fine. There's not much you could have done in a situation like that.
But they're all young. I'm 56. I lived a life. They're all young. This shouldn't happen to them.
I was to the front door. I was talking to my stepdad, and I just started hearing these big pops. Pop, pop, pop. There was probably 3 or 4. I hit the ground. I look up. The security guard's dead. Or I don't want to say dead, but he was shot. He was down. And the gunman was throwing smoke grenades all over the place. I saw him point to the back of the cash register, and he just kept firing. I ran out the front door. I hear chairs being thrown out the window. People were trying to get out the window. And the gunman went behind the cash register. there was probably 12 shots before I got out the front door. And I go out, I come back in to see if my stepdad's okay. I hear him yelling and I ran. But the gunman, he had a beard. He looked Middle Eastern or so. He was wearing a hat, black jacket. I think he had glasses on, like prescription glasses. He had a big handgun, and I mean, shots were just firing.
Are you okay?
I was closest. The security guard was closest to the front door. The two people behind the cash register were closest to the front door. I was the next person closest to the front door. I thought it was a joke when the shots started firing, and I know people there. I hope everybody's okay. I don't know how I didn't get shot.
As you can see, I mean, I can't even imagine or fathom what it was like to be there at that time, going through what they're going through, trying to process everything that's happening. Is it real? Is it fake? And then once you realize that it's real and people are starting to drop down and, you know, this is an actual thing, like you're in shock and it's just happening so fast. There are other people who gave their accounts of what's going on. There was a young woman who details about how everyone ran into a room and everybody started piling on to everybody. And then they were warned that, you know, the gunman was coming their way and how she got injured because people were just frantic trying to like throw chairs to, you know, break windows and things like that. And she ended up getting injured and hit in the head with a chair. So I'm going to let her give her accounts on what happened. And then I'm going to share a couple other accounts with you guys on this whole story.
I heard the gunshot. I turned around and I saw him shoot a couple more times. And within a split second, everyone yelled, "Get down." So I ran to the left of the dance floor where the back door is, and everyone pretty much dogpiled on top of each other. And then it was silent for a couple seconds, and then all of a sudden, a couple guys that were closer to the bar, they got up and started running towards the back door and said, "Get up, he's coming." And so it was huge panic. Everyone tried getting up, and then just trampled a couple times. Some guy came behind me, lifted me up and said, "Let's go." And then I got a bar stool thrown at my head because they were trying to break the window to get out.
And just sat there and waited until the sheriffs came out.
Just hoping that we could get out and looking for all of our friends. And
did you see him at all?
we were dancing and I saw someone walk in, and then after that I saw just shots go off and we just got down. It was such a blur. It just happened.
I mean, each account that each person gives, it just breaks my heart even more. But to hear a father who was at home at the time that it happened and him give his accounts of him not knowing where his son is, him tracking his son's phone and his son is there, and him not getting word whether or not his son was one of the people who was murdered in the thing. I mean, that really just struck a chord in me. I'm going to share that with you guys, and then I'm going to be back again.
He said goodbye to me last night before he walked out the door to go to Borderline.
And is that the last time you spoke to him?
That is the last time that I said goodbye to my son.
I see that you're at the hospital. Have you checked? What has the hospital told you about who's in there?
I am not at the hospital right now. I'm actually at the teen center where they tell the parents to go to basically wait for information.
Have you gotten any information?
I have not. I am in dark right now, and it's actually tearing me up.
Jason, we can only imagine how excruciating this is. The not knowing at this hour where your child is. Any parent can imagine the horror of that. Have you spoken to any of your son Cody's friends?
Actually, yes, I have. We got woke up last night around 1 a.m. by some of the girls, Cody's friends, knocking on our door. saying that there was a mass shooting at Borderline. Some of his girlfriends got out, but they didn't know where Cody was. I'm sure he was there helping, shielding anything that, or anybody that he could. I know that he went there with a few of his girlfriends. So I'm hoping that he's okay.
Of course, of course. Do you have one of the tracking apps on your phone to see where his phone is?
I do, and it's there.
It's at the club.
It's not moving. It's not moving. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. So you can tell that his phone is at the club.
His phone is at the club, yes.
I mean, as a mother myself, being a parent, I just cannot even imagine or fathom what he is going through, not knowing. And I'm sure by now that I've made this video, he is aware of the whereabouts, I'm hoping, of his son. But again, I mean, just to hear their stories, it's so heartbreaking. And to hear, the accounts of everything that's going on, and just to see the visuals of all the chaos and everything like that, it just really breaks my heart that this is something that is still happening, and it's happening so often as much as I didn't even know that something like this happened 12 days ago in a synagogue where 11 people were murdered there. And now again, this is happening. And, I just recalled immediately when I heard about this, I thought about the shooting that happened in Orlando at the Post nightclub, where one of my good friends, his mother was killed at that nightclub mass shooting. And so this is something that is just really, really crazy. And it's just sad that we have to worry about mass shootings everywhere we go. It's like you can't go to the mall, you can't go to the movies. There's mass shootings at the movie theaters, at nightclubs, at just about anywhere that you can go, at concerts, or everywhere that these mass shootings are taking place. I just can't even wrap my mind around it. I feel sorry for the families who have to get the phone call that their young child in college most likely is not going to come home from a night out of hanging out and having fun with friends. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Let's talk about it in the comments. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more videos, but in order to do that, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button right now. Don't wait, do it right now. All right, guys, peace.